Man was buried alive by a mudslide. He rolled down the window and reached out to check the thickness of the mud. Unexpectedly, a flood of mud poured into the car, and he hurriedly closed the window in panic. Before he could catch his breath, the sunroof suddenly cracked, and he frantically grabbed some tape to try to seal it. But the thin tape couldn't withstand the pressure of the mud. Just as he was about to be buried alive, Jack spotted a steering wheel lock under the seat. Thinking quickly, he unlocked it and braced it diagonally against the sunroof. Surprisingly, the abandoned lock actually held back the sinking mud. Jack couldn't believe it, swallowing nervously as he stared at the sunroof, fearing the glass might shatter. Seeing that the steering wheel lock was indeed resisting the weight of the dirt, Jack let his guard down and breathed a sigh of relief. It was this relaxation that made him do the most stupid act in his life. He grabbed a bottle of water and started gulping it down until he nearly emptied it, then realized he was drinking his only lifeline. He was filled with regret and anxiety, knowing he might be trapped for a long time and that running out of water meant lower chances of survival. Accepting the situation, he finished the bottle. Then he gathered all the usable items in the car, hoping to find something that could help him survive, but nothing seemed useful. Just then, water started dripping through the sunroof. Jack rushed to the spot where the water was seeping in, and put his mouth in front of it, sucking frantically. Feeling it was too slow, he took out his wallet, folded a bank card into a funnel, and stuck it into the bottle. He then wedged it on the lock, and the dripping water quickly filled the bottle, solving his water problem. Next, he urinated into the storage box as a backup supply. Soon after, he began having trouble breathing, with oxygen running out. Jack would suffocate if he didn't act. He grabbed a folding chair and removed a hollow steel tube. Then he unscrewed the bottle cap, punched holes in it with a nail clipper, and tied a knot in a hemp rope. He threaded the rope through the cap, sealed the pipe with it, and admired his own ingenuity. Wearing gloves, he straightened a wire and drilled a small hole in the sunroof. He then pushed the pipe through the hole with all his strength, but the mud was denser than expected, and the 1.8-meter pipe didn't reach the surface. Jack panicked, quickly connected a second pipe the same way, and pushed it upward. When the full length of the pipe was in, he despairingly realized even 2 pipes weren't enough. Breathing more and more difficult, Jack felt very afraid. Cannot think too much, he removed the last steel pipe, with all his strength to the top, but this time, the pipe hit something solid. It wouldn't budge no matter how hard he tried. He took out a jack in a hurry and tried to use it to push the pipe up. It didn't take long for the jack to reach its limit, but the pipe still didn't penetrate the dirt. So Jack put a thin towel on his shoulder, put his body against the pipe, and pushed it upward through the pane. Suddenly, Jack felt his shoulder loosened, and the steel pipe broke through the ground. He quickly inserted wire into the pipe, popped the bottle cap, and looked through. When he saw a faint glimmer of light, Jack shouted with joy and even greeted the opening. Overcome with excitement, he pressed his mouth to the pipe and greedily inhaled the fresh air. It felt like rebirth. Afterward, Jack searched the car for something that could attract attention. Suddenly inspired, he grabbed an old newspaper, rolled it up, and lit it with a match, hoping the smoke would escape the pipe and be seen. But Jack, desperate for survival, underestimated the danger of a fire in the car. It was only when the flames burned him and he grimaced that he subconsciously threw away the newspaper. That toss made the fire spread faster, and by the time he reacted, it was too late. The car filled with thick smoke. In a panic, Jack used his shirt to cover his nose and mouth tightly, but soon lost consciousness in despair.